And your services are also in high demand with organizations all over the world. What people might not know is that you have a fantastic newsletter they can sign up for. It's where I learn about these issues, and I've been following it for quite a while. And Bruce also recently published this book, Liars and Outliers. Tell me a little bit about this book. Is this on this topic, or?
Well, it is in sort of a meta way. What I'm looking at is the notion of why security exists, and I'm looking at trust. And really, if you think about society, we need trust to make it work. I mean, you got this audience here, and I'm looking at them, and not one of them has jumped up and attacked the person sitting next to them. Right? You laugh, but if that was an audience full of chimpanzees, we couldn't get away with it. Right? Humans are the only species that can sit there quietly. And society works because of this. And there's a whole bunch of reasons, right? One of them might want to mug the other person or, steal my iPad back in the dressing room. But they don't for a whole bunch of reasons. There's a lot of security there.
And we have sort of a social construct that keeps us all looking out for each other.
It's social, legal. There's a lot of things going on there.
So the nature of society requires some measure of trust to function. But in some respect, this might be getting undermined. For instance, this topic of hackers, it keeps coming up. People are very familiar with it. But from what I've read, you think it's kind of an overblown idea. Sometimes it's overhyped.
Well, we do tend to overhype the criminal threats. And it's really what makes headlines, what sells newspapers. We like to hype the attacks from China, cyber terrorism, cyber war. Basic cyber crime, stealing money, I think, is underreported.
Okay,
a lot more happens.
Some people have said
that
accounts for almost 2/3 of all crime is now internet crime. I don't know if that number is accurate, but I've heard that.
Yeah, it's really hard to count.
It's hard to measure. That's right.
There's certainly a lot of it.
So we can't dismiss it. It's a real thing. But tonight we're going to cover a number of threats. I thought we'd start though with a funny idea here. So a hacker in Montana hacked into a local TV station, and he got into the emergency alert system there. And he sent out the message that the zombies are attacking right now. So sometimes it's malicious hacking, sometimes it's just for fun. It's like a prank, and we've seen many examples of that. One thing you might not know is the prevalence of this, how often this is happening. So for the audience, you might wonder what these four things have in question here in the picture on the screen. The New York Times, Twitter, the Bush family, and the U.S. Federal Reserve. Well, the answer is that last week, these guys were all subject to massive hacking intrusions. And so it's a wide range of targets. And this is going on so frequently. We hear about it so frequently, we kind of get numb to it.
And it's interesting. It's a different people in each case. We believe New York Times was Chinese. The Bush family was, I think, politically motivated.